Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I'm going to talk about what I brought with me for makeup to the Dark Shadows convention. And of course I'm going to show you a little bit of footage that we took at the convention, which is an amazing place. If you have never been to a Dark Shadows convention, I know many of you in my generation remember rushing home from school 3:30ish to catch an episode with Barnabas and Quentin and Josette and Angelique and all of the gang. And it's just so wonderful to go to a convention like this because you see the cast as they are now. Of course, they look a little different than they did back then, but you know what? 50 years has gone by, and this was the 50th year anniversary convention. They held it in Tarrytown, New York, at the site right near where they filmed both of their feature-length films back in the 1970s, Night of Dark Shadows and House of Dark Shadows. They were filmed at the Lyndhurst mansion, and you can still go onto the grounds of the mansion, and then there's the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery not too far from there where they filmed some of the scenes to the film. Bud and I went up there and had a ball. And he kind of went just to support me going, and he wound up a big Dark Shadows fan. So, so what did I pack? Well, I took two makeup bags. I had one that held all of my tools and accessories like hair ties and these kinds of things, the little bun. And for eye primer, I brought the Milani eye primer and Hourglass Veil primer. They were small, easy to pack. I did bring some false lashes, and I actually wore them, and I had the kiss thing. I was going to clean them and wear them the next day, but I forgot, and it was so important. I can't believe I forgot this. I forgot my 5x mirror. So I couldn't see well enough to put my lashes on the second day, so I didn't wear false lashes on the second day. For my foundation, I had the last of my CC Plus cream from IT Cosmetics, and it actually is disappointing me, and I don't know if it's just because this is 6 months old and it's been used so much, I don't know, but it kind of sank into some of my lines, especially between my eyes here, and it's the first time I had kind of a bad reaction to this. I don't know if they've changed the formulation or if it's just, I don't know. For concealer, I wanted to try the little click sticks because it's tiny and I thought I could throw it in my purse. This is from Cover FX, and it's just a little, it's like a concealer stick. It's a very creamy formula, and I figured I could just, you know, just kind of do something like this and brighten up under the under eyes, touch up. It's very small, so you can fit it in your purse really easy. I was disappointed in that. It actually went right into the lines here on the inner eye, and it did attach itself to some of the wrinkles and crinkles on my skin, so that was a disappointment. For my powder, I did bring the Tarte powder foundation in medium beige, I believe it was, or light beige, and I brought the little sponge that comes with it, but it wouldn't close. But it's okay, it didn't get damaged or anything. For bronzer / contour, I used a matte one from Too Faced, and this also doubled as a crease transition color. It's really nice. This is the Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced, and this is like the little travel size. For blush, and this is fast becoming my favorite blush, this is from Pacifica, and this is called Camilla. It's a very pretty color. I really like this a lot. It has a very good lasting power, and it stayed on all day. I mean, it's a very subtle color. I have it on now as well. Let me just put a little more on so you can see it better. Lighting in the studio here is not conducive to what it naturally looks like out, so I make myself up so like I can go out in daylight and not look like, you know, I'm going on to a Broadway play. but it's not quite enough blush to show up adequately under the camera, but I hope you can see. It's a very pretty natural color, and that's Camilla from Pacifica, and this is cruelty-free and vegan, I believe, as well. So I really like the blush from that brand. Some of the other products not so much. Highlighter. This was the highlighter from Wander Beauty. It looks like a lipstick, but it is just a nice light highlighter stick. You can use it anywhere where you want that brightening kind of effect, catch the light kind of a thing, and it's thin enough that you can use it for detailed work. You can also put it on the inside of your eyes. It is a really nice little formulation. I thought this would be very easy to work with in a travel mode, because you can throw that in your purse too. One of Makeup Geek's eyeliners, and this is the taupe, and I just wanted to have something light for underneath the eyes, and just to help make it a little more dramatic for nighttime. And I have the whole set of Makeup Geek liners, and I'm enjoying every single one of them. They are now selling them individually, which is kind of cool. When I was looking at the Makeup Geek eyeliners, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 months ago, they only sold these in a set, and I love it that I have the set, but yeah, some of the colors maybe not so much. For the brows, I just brought my NYX, this is the micro brow. On one end is the actual stick where you can make a nice little brow. A lot of people like to compare this with the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but I think it's a different formula, and this is much creamier, so it doesn't make as fine a line. If you want to do the little stick figure grassy kind of brows with this, you can't do that so much with this because it's just too creamy a formula, but it does do a nice job at kind of creating a brow when you've got very sparse ones or they're not very well shaped. So I did like this. This is my next one, and I have the taupe because the blonde is far too golden. I brought 2 Q-tips, and that's to go underneath the eye for mascara dings, or if it gets, you know, something gets into my inner corner, like if the concealer breaks, or under here, when you do touch-ups around the edge of the mouth to get the excess lipstick if it's there. So these are very handy. I mean, there's nothing like Q-tips, so I always make sure I travel with those. For lip liner, I have the Ex-Girlfriend from Urban Decay, and that's a very pretty, just kind of a basic Your Lips kind of color. I really like this. This was a limited edition that came out from the Gwen Stefani collection, and I do like that a lot. I brought 2 lipsticks. I brought a lighter lipstick for daytime and a darker lipstick for night. This is the lighter lipstick. This is called Sunset Peach from Wet n Wild, and I love this color. It's very pretty in the daylight, and it lasts, and I just thought, why not, you know? To cover over that, I have the Peony Express, which is a really nice, it's a pretty metallic kind of, goes perfectly with that, but it makes a nice little shine to the middle of the lips, or if you want to use it all over, it's really nice. Even on its own, it's kind of nice. That's a limited edition from Wet n Wild. For evening lips, this is Wildfire from Urban Decay, and this is what I'm wearing now. I do like this a lot. It's a sophisticated orangey color, but depending on the pigment of your own lips underneath, it does alter it because it is a sheer. It is very, very pretty. I really like this Wildfire from Urban Decay. For a lip gloss, I brought my NARS Chelsea Girls, and that goes really well over just about anything, gives you a lot of shine. I was debating between that and this one, but I use this one at night, I use this one in the daytime. For mascara, I use the Ciate triple shot mascara. This Ciate London. This is my favorite mascara right now. I'm wearing it right now. It gives you big old honkin' lashes without any clumping. I mean, it's amazing the way the brush is designed. It's got a lot of feathery little teeth in it, so it will not let you clump your lashes. You just get big old honkin' lashes, and that's what I like. I'm not wearing false lashes today. I'm just wearing this, and I like that they sell this Ciate London in the impulse aisle at Sephora, this little size, which is I think it's $12 for the little size, and that's just enough to last you for about 2 to 3 months. And you have to get a new mascara anyway, so, and it's a great way to try it out. You know, a lot of times somebody likes mascara, somebody else doesn't. It's just makeup. It's just makeup. To hold my makeup for the day, because it's a long day. If you go to a convention for anything, I don't know how many of you have done this, but the Dark Shadows convention runs from Friday afternoon until Sunday evening, and it's a long, long stretch. I was there all day Saturday and most of the day on Sunday. I left. We left a little bit earlier. We had the dinner and everything. I'll show you videos from that part. But I needed something to really set and hold, and it's portable. It's the smaller Urban Decay. This is the all-nighter setting spray. You can get this in the travel section, also in the impulse aisle. It's wonderful. You just kind of, you close your eyes, you shake it up really well, close your eyes. Just a couple squirts. Hold your makeup on the whole day. It won't budge. Your lipstick, maybe if you're drinking, eating, things like that, you may have to retouch your lipstick, but everything else should stay put really well. And when you've got a lot of heat outside and humidity, this is great. So I did enjoy that. For eye palettes, I only brought one, and it was this one. This is my Cargo Land Down Under palette. I love this palette. You can do a basic eye. My eye makeup today is completely this palette. I used this color here in the crease. I used this color here for the lid shade and the base shade. I used this color here for the outer corner. And then I used a little bit of this underneath my eye, just slightly. Let me just show you here. Just for a little pop of color underneath. I think it's kind of fun. So you see it, but it's not like in your face, kind of turquoisey, orange, whatever. But I also thought that this was a really pretty blush highlighter shade, as well as being, you know, a really nice kind of eyeshadow. It also worked really well as a subtle highlighter, and I am wearing that as a highlighter. So that's what I brought as far as makeup goes. So what did I get? Well, the one thing that I love, and I'm so glad I got it, was this Dark Shadows coffee mug. This is a nice travel mug for my coffee every single morning. It makes me smile. I love this. That is so cool. And it keeps your coffee hot. It's great. So, and I love the blood red with the black top. It's just great. My lovely new friend Gina gave me this. It is a keychain. Isn't that great? Collinwood, Barnabas, and Dark Shadows. Love that. Of course, we all were given a tag, you know, for the 50th, and we were given kind of a program of events, which was kind of nice. Of course, Jonathan Fridd is no longer with us. He passed away, I think, in early 2012. That was such a sad thing, but I did get to see him, and I watched him do a reading in 2011 at that convention, which, you know, was so nice. And inside, it's really just, you know, the events for each day and what's going on. And there are just some cast pictures, and then a lot of people had people autograph next to their pictures. These are some of the characters that were there. Of course, you know, when you think it's 1966, these folks were all in their, you know, early 20s or 30s. I think Barnabas was probably in his 40s at the time. So they are going to look a little different now. But it was such a thrill to, they had a meet and greet, and of course we stood in a long line. It was a real thrill to meet Laura Parker again. I had met her a couple years ago. She autographed Love and Curses, Laura Parker, Angelique, and she was like my favorite character in Dark Shadows, and this is one of her books. She was a school teacher for a while. She raised a family, and so really great lady.
I set a curse on you, Barnabas Collins. You have wanted your Josette so much, well, you shall have her. But not in the way that you would have chosen. You will never rest, Barnabas. And you will never be able to love anyone. For whoever loves you will die. That is my curse. And you will live with it through all eternity.
David Selby was very gracious. He also, when they had a question and answer with the fans, he actually sang along with one of the fans when they were singing I Want to Dance With You. And then later with Nancy Barrett, the next day, he sang the song with her as the duet. As you know, that was that famous scene. I think it was Charity Collins and Quentin had a dream sequence where they actually sang and performed that. I think it was episode like 876 or something like that.
Yeah. Life is a song, so why don't we both just dance along, around and around, together we two. Oh, I wanna dance with you.
But he has written a couple of books, and it's full of photos and remembrances and poetry and pictures from the past, and it's just a really nice book. He's got several, but this one was this one, and of course he autographed. And every one of them, you know, photographed with us, you know, very, very gracious and pleasant. Katherine Lee Scott lost her husband a year or so ago, and she wrote about it, and she did a reading that was one of the most moving things I have ever heard about her husband's death and their love life together.
And error, ahead a blazing light does burn, and one door leads to the point of return.
You know what that means? Please tell me!
was really nice. She was a very, very outgoing and beautiful person. I really liked her. I think she's one of my favorites. When you go to the convention, she's just like, she's what it's all about, you know? She's just great. I did buy another one of her books, and she did autograph that for me as well. So, really wonderful. I met some people in line, and they gave me this beautiful picture of Alexandra, who played Victoria Winters, and of course she was not at the convention to sign, but I mean, it's a beautiful portrait of her. John Carlin was there, and if you remember, he was Willie, and he's a character. He's 83 now. And he was sitting there. There was a long line to wait to get to speak with him, but he's got a twinkle in his eyes still, and he's a character. He's got a really good sense of humor. I did get this. This was written by Katherine Lee Scott and Jim Pearson, and he's the guy who's kind of in charge of the conventions and a lot of the Dark Shadow stuff. He was there as well, and he was kind of the host of the show, so to speak. This is a great little book. It has lots of scenes and things about filming and what the actors are doing and their thoughts on things. And this, of course, is the original still that they use for Collinwood. It's actually a mansion in Newport. I did get a picture. This is the 50th anniversary. It's got Collinwood and the whole main cast, not everybody, but the whole main cast all around the edges, and I'm going to frame this and put this up somewhere because I just thought this was so cool, because it is the 50th year this year. If you went to the banquet on Sunday, they gave you a goodie bag, and even though they didn't have bags, technically, they did have a lot of stuff in here. You got 2 DVDs. One is the Haunting at Collinwood, which was the segment where the little boy David and the little girl, the werewolf sister there, Amy, discovered Quentin's ghost. And this is actually not my favorite. I was, well, they kind of pieced together like 10 or 12 episodes and tried to make a storyline out of it. It was kind of slow moving. But this one, this is the Vampire Curse, and this is enough episodes that you get a really good idea about what the basic story of Dark Shadows is all about, and this is wonderful. They also gave us a comic book, a Dark Shadows comic book, which has a lot of illustrations in it, and in the back there are some actual photos from the TV series. You know, it's kind of neat. And then they gave us Dan Curtis's biography and his work, and there's scenes and pictures of filmings and comments on different productions he's done. He's done a lot of different types of things, not just Dark Shadows, but he is the man behind the whole Dark Shadows thing. So that was a really nice gift. I also got from my friend Gina, I'll show her here. Hi Gina. She gave me this beautiful Barnabas ring, and it's missing. Every time I put it back in here, my husband takes it and puts it on. I don't know what it is. He's been acting really weird lately. So anyway, we watched movies, we sat through, and there was an auction of different things, some of the scripts. I even bid on a wig of Maggie's. I started the bidding at $50, and I bid on the wig that she wore when she was Maggie, the waitress at the little hotel in town for the very first episode. I lost out. I think that wig went for like $300 or $400, so I wasn't going to spend that much for it. Wigs back in the 60s weren't so great, but it was just kind of cool that it was hers. And they also had musical pieces, they had videos, they had t-shirts, they had all kinds of things that you could bid on.
Shadows of the night, falling silently, echo of the past, falling new to me, haunting memory, veiled in misty glow, phantom melody, playing soft and low. In this world that we know now, life is here and gone. But somewhere in the afterglow, love lives on and on. Dreams of long ago meet in rendezvous, shadows of the night, calling me to you. Thank you.
And they also had different people speaking. They had readings. They had midnight movies where they showed House of Dark Shadows and Night of Dark Shadows. They showed, which were filmed in the Lyndhurst. They actually had a tour on Friday evening with the cast going through the mansion at Lyndhurst, and it's just a gorgeous place. Oh my goodness. Bud and I went there the Sunday morning before we had brunch. We went there and walked through the grounds and took pictures in front of the mansion, and oh my gosh, what a pretty place. So all in all, we met some wonderful people, made some new friends, and it was just great to see the cast again. Angelique, Lara Parker, is, I believe, 78 years old now, and Quentin is 74, maybe 75. I mean, just like really, and Willie at 83. It's just time just goes by, and we all think of all of these people as they were back then, and they're still charming. You can still see those people within the characters, but they're actors, so it's not like that's not who they are. But I mean, it's just really nice to see them and talk to them, and they're very, very pleasant people, very gracious. And last time I had met, also Christopher Pennick was there. Jerry Lacey. Sharon, the little girl, she played the tiny little girl, Barnabas' sister. And of course Marie Wallace was there. She was Eve, you remember her. And oh gosh, there was so many different people there. It was just nice to see everyone. They also had the guys there who made the audio CDs of plays, in which they had all of the Dark Shadows characters coming back and kind of making new stories up. But it was audio, so you could listen to it in your car and feel like you were kind of watching Dark Shadows again, but you're driving in your car. Anyway, so that was the trip. It was a great time in Tarrytown, New York, and if you are ever in that area, you should definitely go and visit Lyndhurst and see the beautiful estate. And you can see some of the scenes from the movie are they're there still. You know, all the glass is not in the garden house anymore, but it's still the wire frame of that garden house is still there, where Willie went inside because he saw the ghost walking in there, and then the glass fell, you know, from the ceiling. Yeah, all the glass is gone now. I think because they think everybody else is going to go in there and take pictures. I don't know. But anyway, gee, I gotta find that ring. I gotta see if I... Hey, Bud Man. So, Bud, do you have the ring that Gina gave me? Oh, there it is. See it? Isn't it cool? Wait a minute. You look a little pale. Oh!
Have a beautiful day. Toodles!